Welcome back, Violinista. So today we're going to talk about the notes, the name and the notation. So we're going to make it really easy as usual with the Violinista. So it's a lesson that I can apply to any instrument because the notes are the notes. Every instrument needs to know the notes. It's a little bit like spelling your name. If you wouldn't know the letters, you wouldn't be able to spell your name. So if you're thinking about just not learning the notes and trying to go ahead, it's going to be very, very hard. From if you spell egg, you might be able to do it EGG, but then when you get to spelling beautiful, BEAUT, it's going to be really hard. Okay, so that word I always struggled on. So, and on music, it's going to be fine when you're just going to play the four strings G, D, A, E, but then it's going to get really hard. So I don't want you to be in that condition. I don't want you to be in that situation. So I'm going to give you the notes now. And yeah, you can rewrite them, put them on the wall in your home, on the different rooms, quiz yourself. And I always do that with my students. I say, what's that note? What's that note? What's that note? What's that note? And they have to tell me the name of the notes. It's imperative that you're able to play the notes. If you don't know the notes, well, what are we doing? Okay, so, all right, so we're going to make it super easy here, again, as always. So we've got, when we're playing music, we've got 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we've got 4 spaces, okay? So there are notes that are on the lines, and they are E, G, B, D, and F. So it's an easy way to remember. Every good boy deserves Ferraris, okay? Easy way to remember that. Then we have notes that are in the spaces, and they spell F-A-C-E, your face, okay? Every good boy deserves Ferraris and face. Easy way to remember. Then, I mean, these ones, even if I tell you, what's the name of this one? You go F-A. What's the name of this one? F-A-C-E. After a little while, these ones are easy to remember, okay? So we just have to add a few more on the violin. So there are some underneath the 5 lines, which are D, C, B, A, and G. And this is actually correspondent to our G string. That's where the G is. Let me go sideways so you can see me as well. So this is where the G is. And then on the other end, we have some notes that are above the stuff. So this was the highest one that we went, well, it was actually F here. E, E, and F. And then there's G, A, and B. Okay, so you need to remember those 3 and then those 3 down here, 3 or 4, okay? So try to remember those up here, but the rest are basically between that and between that. This symbol is called, in English, it's called the treble clef, also called the G clef, which is on this line. Because it's on the G line, it's called the G clef. So if you draw this, you can't draw it up here. You got to draw it here, okay? And sometimes there's a big circle here. That's where you start, okay? In Italian, it's called chiave di violino, which is nicer, right? Chiave di violino, because it's the key, chiave di of violino, of the violin. This is the key of the violin. That's our key. I don't know what they call the treble clef in English. I have to go and see the etymology of that word, but chiave di violino, okay, that's our key. So chiave di violino, even for if you play the piano, if you play the flute and you see this symbol, it's chiave di violino. It's the key of the violin, okay? So it's very special to us. So last thing, here I'm showing the notes on the keyboard. So this will be our G string, D string, A string, and E string, okay? We've got some symbols to talk about, which are the sharp, and the sharp raises the note by a semitone. So if I've got A, I'm going to play this black one here. Instead of A, it's going to be A sharp, okay? If I've got, there's another thing called a flat, it's called an accidental, another symbol for flat. It lowers the note by a semitone, so I'm going to go that way. So B flat, okay? A sharp or B flat. It's actually the same note. It's interesting. It's for another lesson. So for example, if I want to make this sharp, I go D sharp. If I want to make this sharp, A sharp. If I want to make this sharp, G sharp. If I want to make this flat, B flat. If I want to make this flat, E flat. If I want to make this flat, A flat, okay? So I go this way. And the same will be on the violin. If I want to go flat, I will go towards the end of the violin. If I want to go sharp, I go towards my face, okay? And I move the finger. It's a sharper note, okay? We'll get into more detail now, more detail in the future, but it's just good to know these things. And then there's one last symbol, which is called the natural. It just places the note back to its original condition, its original placement position. So if it was a note just for that one note, I had a little sharp symbol, for example, in front of it, and then suddenly I have a natural symbol. It just means, okay, I don't want you to play that anymore. Play this one. It's just F natural. All these white notes down here, including the yellow ones that I highlighted, all these notes are natural notes. Okay. The black ones are either sharps or flats, just so you know. It's good to know. You need to know how to play the piano as well, the keyboard. It's very good at some stage to buy a keyboard and have it, because it'll definitely make you progress a lot faster, especially for your pitch and so your intonation. All right, I hope that's been useful, and short video, but this, you need to know it by heart, okay? And I'll be asking you, okay? All right, grazie, a presto, ciao.